is Rakin Khaliq, and my website is Sierra Leone pilgrimage.com.
Hey, it's Kellen, and today on Diversified Game, you guys, this is one of my favorite topics. We're going to talk about Africa with Chief Rakin. He's going to give us the game, the Chief. You guys seen him on his own YouTube channel. Links will be in the description, whether you are listening or you're watching. And I know most of y'all are listening, but I want you to go check out YouTube and see. He's giving you the game, not just go how to visit Sierra Leone, but how to become a citizen for those of you who qualify. So, Chief, welcome to the show. How you doing, brother?
Thank you so much. I am blessed. I am truly blessed.
Man, blessed by the best. You know, that White Sox hat, you bringing that right back. Yeah, man.
Chi-town, baby.
Yeah. So I want to tell people, you are like myself, a truck driver. I still claim the truck driver, still keep my CDL, hazmat, and all that good stuff. But you have expanded your mind and your business, and you are pushing for folks to check out Africa, particularly Black people, to check out Africa and come get the citizenship that, you know, many people have put together. So give us the game, man. What is going on, and how soon can people jump on to go to Sierra Leone and possibly become a citizen?
Well, I would say you want to jump on right now. The train is getting ready to board, and we gonna move full steam ahead with you or without you. So I would say you want to get on top of this train right now while we still sort of on the ground level. It's a big movement going back to Africa. That's the movement, going back to Africa. And the reason being is because we are literally tired of being in these divided snakes of America. We're getting persecuted, we're being followed in stores, some of us are being harmed and we're unarmed, some of us are being harmed and we armed, and we have all the registration. We've seen all the videos, we've seen a lot of people get off for definite crimes, okay, because of certain skin tones. So these are a bunch of the reasons, plus the high taxes. We really don't have a true representation. So a lot of us are trying to move back to Africa. One, just to get out of these snakes. Some of us want to do it for business, and some of us want to do it for culture. So whatever your reason for doing it, welcome to the movement. And we're here to try to facilitate people coming back and doing it in a safe, effective, and conscientious way. So that's where I come in.
Awesome. And for those of you who are just tuning in, maybe you've never heard a show, I talk about this often, how Sierra Leone has allowed many people to come get a citizenship, over 100 people in one swoop at times.
Right.
And one of the gentlemen who has not just gone through the process, but he's going to show you how to do it. Now,
that's right.
But they have to go to AfricanAncestry.com to be able to see if they have the lineage. Now, after they do that and they go visit your YouTube and check out your website, what are the next steps? Because I want you to talk about the money and if there are any installment plans, because some of us just love to pay like it's layaway.
Yes, we do. Well, the first order of business is to go through AfricanAncestry.com, and you want to get they got two plans. So they got one for the matriarch and one for the patriarch. Get the one for the matriarch, it's around $300. Believe me, I know, it's sort of expensive, but you truly want to understand where your people come from. And if you so happen to have DNA, a DNA match with some of the 16 tribes that's there, Sierra Leone has a program where you can get citizenship. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to do. Second thing you would need to do is have a passport with at least 6 months from the issue date from you traveling. So that's the second thing. Then you need to have a criminal background check. You probably can go to your local police headquarters to get that. I'm not sure what the cost will be, but that's something you can do. You need to have 2 reference letters, 1 business, so that could be somebody from your job, somebody from your business, and 1 person. That could be a friend, family member, or a close acquaintance. You need your birth certificate. Let's see what else you pretty much need. And that's pretty much it outside of that. Then you want to take a tour through me. That would be a good idea. Take a tour through me, because what the government has set up there, they want people to go down this path. They don't want people just flooding over there, just showing up talking about, I want my citizenship. No, that's not what's happening. They want you to go down a certain path, because what they want to do is to assimilate you into the population. So that's why they're going to take you down a certain path. It's historical. We got certain places. We got geographical locations. They want you to go down this certain path, and then at the end, you're going to get your citizenship, and it will be presented by the president himself. So this is outside of what most people would normally do, because even though you can get citizenship from other countries, you're not going to be delivered through the president. No, you're just going to have some, department head, and they'll be handing you your citizenship. You'll be taking an oath in some full big room, and you just be a number. This here is personalized through us, and then it also gives you a way to connect with the tribe. It's a naming ceremony. You actually go to the tribes, you meet the chiefs, you meet some of the people, you eat the food. I mean, it's a whole cultural experience. So you want to go this way. Some people can just show up over there. Well, I would just say good luck. That's all I would tell you.
Well, we're not going to advise that. And I want for all those over savvy, those know-it-all type people who say, well, I went through another company and I know I'm Sierra Leone. And so, no. There's a agreement between African ancestry and the country. So after you do that, you're going to call up the chief, and then you're going to go take his tour, and you're going to go, follow the steps. There are no shortcuts in doing this the right way. Now that we got that, that's the basics out of the way. I want to get into those who already knew about the program, and then let's go into the deep. Let's talk about, once you get your citizenship, can your kids get their citizenship? Do they have to be there with you at the ceremony? And if so, what does that cost?
Well, yeah, we're going through that process now, but yes, we have had, I think, 6 children that I can recall that got their citizenships. Now, I'm not sure exactly how the parents did it, because, my child is grown, and most of the people that was on the tour with me were all pretty much grown. So we didn't have any small children, but we did see a few folks who did receive theirs. We do have a package that we're putting together for parents who have small children, but I would think it would be the same exact process. Just because it's a child, the process doesn't change. It's still the same thing. They would need the passports. They still need passports. They would still need. They probably wouldn't have to need the background checks, but they would still need birth certificates and just the regular general information that you would put on any application. But I don't think they necessarily have to be with you, but I will find out. I'm waiting on the answers from that now. But yeah, we are putting together a package strictly for the kids, because really the kids can not live, but stay in the hotel room with the parents. So really all they would need is food, right, and airfare. So we're putting together a package for the kids. But so far on the last 3 trips, most of everybody that came were adults. So now we're addressing the fact that, yeah, some people do have small children. So we're going to come up with a plan, and we should have the answers to these questions sometime this week.
Awesome. And you guys, if you want to know more, make sure you in the comments you can ask, or if you're listening, you can comment, or you can email, DM, whatever. I want to answer these for you, and I can always have Rakin come back on, but I want to make sure, people, it's not just on us to give you the information, it's for y'all to ask for it and seek it. You got to do that. Now let's talk about you talked about, the background check, and I had the understanding that I thought you had to get a federal check because the real criminals out there say, hold on, let me go to another state and go get my background check because something's not going to pull up on the other side of the state or the country. So is it a state background check? Is it a federal? Give us the game.
Well, right now they just want something from your local area. Now, this information is going to be processed prior to you leaving the country. So you're going to email all of those documents, right? And then we're going to pass them along, and they're going to be emailed over to Sierra Leone, and we have a man on the ground, Leah. He's going to hand walk that over to immigration prior to us even leaving. So you always have the the wherewithal to not go. So hopefully, when you do your DNA and you do all these things, you would do the right thing. So if you do have a federal situation going on, you probably need to go ahead and do that as well and send that forth. Other than that, you still can get over there and get turned around when it comes to citizenship.
Okay, but if you come back with a clean, let's say it's from the state, and you have your passport, I mean, it sounds like you're a-okay if they're not requiring a federal background check. Because if you have like a federal case, you probably don't even have a passport unless you've done a lot of stuff to, maybe get an expungement and then or get it sealed. I'm talking like I know. That's why I'm talking. So I just want to know from the state, you guys, go, if you're in that state, you reside in that state, and it's going to be clean, it sounds like you'll be good. Don't leave to go to another state to try to, get over, because they can always take that back if they found out you lied. So there's no need to lie. You're coming to Africa to be free, not to, be conniving. So yeah, I just want to give the guest, y'all know I was pre-law. So so with this, and you have your trucks, you have a trucking company, you're not just a driver, you're an entrepreneur. Is this your community give back, or do you have something else that you have a community give back? I asked all my guests that, but this sounds like one heavens of a community give back to give to the people. So, is this it, or do you have other things that you do?
Well, what I thought about was, okay, I'm already in the trucking business, and yes, I am an entrepreneur, and I do own my company. So I just look at the fact that I was already going to Africa. I had already been there 6 times on the continent, right? I had some beautiful experiences. I ate great food. I met some great people. I had a great time, but I left each time not a citizen. Okay. So just out of the blue, I found out about this information. And at first, I didn't think it was real. And I was like, well, I got that kind of entrepreneur spirit. So I always, just follow the trail and just see where it leads. Okay. So I followed the trail, and sure enough, it was the real deal. And I kind of felt that it's a travesty that people do not understand and do not know that this is taking place, and this is something that you can take advantage of. So once I got mine, I talked to the people who was, excuse me, I was talking to the people who did that, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should get into this movement to make sure that people understand that this is available to them. And then after we talked about it, they say, you know what? We think it's a good fit. You're a good fit for this. So here I am. I got mine. I always show it. I got mine. So now my time. Now it's my time to make sure that people know about it and they get theirs.
Now, I know there's a lot of people, they ask me, well, Kellen, if I go through all the rigmarole and I get all this done, why Africa? Like, what am I going to experience that I don't have here in the so-called greatest country in the world, where I have Wi-Fi everywhere I go? I have welfare services if I fall on a hard time. Nobody's going to help me in Africa. Why do you love Africa?
Well, I mean, you got to look at it. That's where we from. That's where our bloodline will lead us to. And then you want to have that void in your spirit. You know, you want to plug that void. You want to know where your people came from. You want to know what language they spoke. You want to know what kind of cultural dance they have. You know what kind of food they have. You want to see where your ancestors came from. So now we have the wherewithal. Some of us have the money. Some of us have the desire. We got DNA testing now. So there's really no excuse. If you feel that void in your spirit, you can plug that void now. So that's what I did. I said, you know what? I have the money. I have the wherewithal. So I want to see. And since I'm the first person to go back, most of my family's kind of looking at me and saying, wow, you know, we never really looked at it that way. Most people in my family, they only go back 2 generations because I can remember my grandmother and her mother because I had a chance to hold her, kiss her, you know what I'm saying, make food for her. But that's far as we go back as 2 generations. Now we're asking folks to go back maybe 10, if not 12 generations. And people can't even phantom thinking about that person. But if that person hadn't survived, then we couldn't be here. So to me, it's an honor to go back. That's what I would
Man,
say.
okay, and I love that answer, and it's nothing but the truth. And you guys know that everybody's experience won't be the same, but it's
Yes.
what you want to make in the research and the studying. Now, when you went back, because you do have those people who say, you know, they're still on that old 1980s, they don't like us. And you're like, where'd you hear that from? Which African? None, but I heard it from my grandpa, you know, or whomever they heard it from. When you were there, how did they treat you?
It was like I was lost, and all of a sudden, you know, I was wandering the streets, you know, alone, not knowing, you know, who my parents were. And then all of a sudden, somebody was like, "Welcome home, my brother." So it felt natural. It felt authentic. Some of the foods are the same that we have here in America. The people are warm, they're genuine, and they understand what the culture is. You know, they have museums set up and they explain the culture. So in this particular country, they do understand what happened and they documented it. So they're not just sitting around thinking that, you know, it's just great to be in America. That's not it. So I had a great experience going back. Can't wait to go
Now,
back, actually.
now you know, similar to to Liberia, Sierra Leone, you know, has
Yes.
a long history of African Americans coming back, you know, after slavery. But there was also division, you know, from what people hear in the book, that the folks who came back had, you know, they might not have been as welcome. And so you're not seeing any of that right now.
No, no, that's old. I mean, those civil wars have been over now 20, 25 years. So uh, I would say you go over there now, people are, you got Liberians living in Sierra Leone, you got Nigerians, you got some Ghanaians. I mean, people move around the continent. You got some Gambians there. You have some of everybody moving around. So it ain't like it used to be. That was 25 years ago. Some folks weren't even born then. My son wasn't even born when the war was ending. He's 25 now.
Okay. And we just want to clear that up because I'm trying to make this hater proof for the folks who they find one little thing and say, oh, I heard the power goes out there. And it's like, you know what? You can have solar. Well, I heard, you know, I can't get my water. You can collect your water at your house. That's the beauty of it. And you really be off the grid, you know,
Yes,
truth.
yes.
And that's very rare for, I would say, the majority of Americans. Now, when you're there, this is number one question you hear from people.
Okay.
How much money do I need to survive? And let's just say for a week or a month, whatever you feel most comfortable talking about. But I talk about it all the time. So I want you to say, because I haven't prepped him, y'all, how much money do you need to be comfortable living like a chief?
Well, it depends on how you live in here. Okay. Some folks can live on bare minimum. Maybe they live a minimalist lifestyle. And then some people, you know, they're flamboyant. They got to have the best of everything. So you have the option to live how you choose. If you want to go over there and live off the grid and be in the village, you can have a mud home, or you can have a penthouse, or you can build a mansion. You can walk, or you can have a Bentley. It's up to you. It depends on what you're trying to do. Me, I'm sort of in the middle. Okay, I want a pretty nice place, and I want maybe a pickup truck. I'd rather have a pickup truck because I'm a truck driver, so we kind of like pickup trucks. So I'll take my pickup truck over there. You know what I mean? And I want a modest style house, and they don't have to be super big because you do have to worry about conserving energy. Okay, you can collect rainwater, you can do solar, you can dig boreholes. Okay, you also can have generators, and you can also be on the city grid. You can have all three. And as far as power outages, we have power outages here in America. During the summertime, when it's super hot here, we have power outages here. So, and then need we say anything about Flint, Michigan? So, I mean, some things don't really make sense. So if you want to ball out of control, Africa is where it is. If you want to go there and you want to live on $200, $300 a month, you could. Just depends on you.
Wow. Okay. You've made a claim. I usually tell the people, $2,000 to $3,000 a month. You're rich. But
you balling with that kind of money. No, you balling in Sierra Leone. You balling with $3,000. Yeah, you balling with that. You can probably get away with about, like I said, 300 to 500 easy.
All right. Yeah.
That's like the shared economy. Like, okay, if I got a roommate, right? We go out to the market and buy food together. When you buy as a team, you can buy more stuff. So you can go to the market every day, and that's plenty of money. 500 is plenty if you got a roommate. Same thing they do here. College student, I had a roommate. You know what I mean? So we split the bills. Then we went out for groceries. If I had money for groceries, I would buy. If my roommate had money for groceries, he would buy. And we kind of tag team. If I didn't have, I could get whatever he had. When he didn't have, I shared with him. We would do the same thing in Africa. So even if you don't have a lot of money here, but you're willing to share, then yeah, you can make it work easy.
At any time while on your trips to the different countries in Africa you've been to, have you ever felt like you did not belong?
No. It's the opposite. When I come home, I feel like I don't belong.
And have you ever felt unsafe, like maybe the police were going to shoot you there or harass you or anything like that?
No, I actually got police with me. I actually got pictures with me hugging the police, shaking hands with them. So I don't think we could do that here. We might could, but I doubt it.
I mean, you could, but why would you want to for them? I mean,
yeah, why would I? Exactly. Why would I want to?
Yeah, I know some great officers, but those are the officers who are always pushing the envelope, and
yes.
They're on their way of being out of here, because you already yes. know the employees that actually try to make change are the first ones asked to leave. So that's the game. Now, within Africa, you said there were similar foods, and that would make sense because food, like music, is universal. But what is your favorite native dish or local dish?
The native dish that I liked there was, which is crazy, but because I just in my 55 years, I just started eating fish this year. I've been allergic to it my whole life, but I said since I'm so adventurous now, let me try it. Let me try it. So I'm telling the waiter, hey man, I haven't ate fish in 54 years. And he was like, wow, this is crazy. I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. So if you could suggest a fish that doesn't taste like fish, I'll try it. So he said, okay, I suggest that you try the grilled barracuda. So I had grilled barracuda, And I had, because I've really been doing vegetarian for the last 17 years. So I just added fish in this year. So I did grilled barracuda, and I had cassava leaf stew, just veggie with nothing in it. And I had jollof rice, off the chain. Oh my God. Mm, mm, mm. And some lemonade, but I love my lemonade. So that's my I would say my favorite dish in Sierra Leone. So when y'all go there, you gotta try cassava because that's the country staple. And of course, we are known for jollof rice. I know no disrespect to Ghana or Nigeria, but Sierra Leone make the best jollof. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta say that. So yeah, when y'all come there, make sure you order jollof and make sure you order the cassava leaf and potato soup. Oh my God, off the chain, off the
all
chain.
those all those things sound delicious. And when you can get barracuda, y'all, order barracuda. If you ever see it on the menu, order that. It's like if you see, rabbit or something. Just try
Yeah,
it. Just try it so you can expand your palate.
yeah,
Now,
it doesn't
when you
taste like fish to me, but yeah, it was great.
well tell the people though, the health nuts, like the minister of wellness,
Yeah,
the minister of wellness.
yeah. Not
Who's
as
been
well.
on, yeah, who's been on this.
Voice though, you got that Barry White going on.
Yes, yes. Have you, after being vegetarian and then putting fish into your diet, have you felt any different? Where I'm only going to eat fish when I'm in Africa, because African food is different than the processed stuff that we have here. So I'm just wondering, like, did you see any, like, were you sluggish, or did it give you more energy after you having that barracuda?
Well, to me, you got to figure now. I've been doing just fruits and veggies for the last 17 plus or 15 plus. I don't forgot how many years it's been now. And so when I did add it, it was such a change of pace that I was like, man, I ordered it probably four more times while I was there. And it seemed like I'm stronger now than I ever was. So I'm not really mad about it. I might not eat it so much that I'm here. I mostly stick to my veggies here. But when I go there, I would definitely order it. So I may not be adding fish to my diet overall, but I will continue ordering when I go there. But yeah, veggies and fruits is pretty much what I like to do. And people look at me and see how big I am. They're like, I can't believe you're vegetarian. Well, believe it. Believe it.
Yeah. Now, I want to talk about, because I believe you're single, if I'm not mistaken. Are you
I
single?
am
Okay.
eligibly single.
Yes. I want to talk about, since, high value men and women is such a big topic. I want you to tell the high value men and women, whatever that means, because God made us all.
Yes.
How do you see, dating women there, or even the response, if you haven't dated a woman there, how the women respond to you there versus majority of the women, how they respond here? Because you're at a different place in life where ain't nobody got time to play no games. You know what you
No.
like, you don't like, your kids are grown. So, how has the response been from a seasoned chief who can now, travel the world? How do they treat you?
Well, that's a great question, my brother. There, of course, they have not had the systematic destruction of the family. So women love the fact that they can be mothers, and the men love the fact that they can be fathers. Of course, it's no absolutes, but for the vast majority of folks are really appreciating their roles as fathers and mothers, and they do believe in marriage and family. So that is definitely a plus. As far as how the women receive me personally, hey, I love it. They love me. I love them. We have a understanding as far as they want to understand why we want to leave the West. So they have a really good listening ear because they want to know why would you want to leave, quote unquote, the best country on earth to come here to, quote unquote, the poorest country in Africa. That's the way they see it. And so when you explain to them that you all are wealthy in a lot of ways that we're not, when it comes to culture, tradition, when it comes to family, when it comes to fatherhood, when it comes to motherhood, you all have us beat hands down. Now, you all may not possess a lot of fiat currency, but other than that, you all are number one in my book. So I would much rather go there and start a family because they already family oriented. They're brought up that way. And it's the same thing for the sisters. Sisters can get really good brothers there, hard workers, will love you, but you got to be willing to know that the man is the man and the woman is the woman. We all have our roles. So you couldn't really go there with the American mindset, take it to the African continent and expect for that to work. It's just a recipe for disaster. But if you go over there with an open mind and you see what the culture is and you do your best to assimilate to the culture, you will live your best life there. That's what I think.
Man, you guys have got the game, and I know you have so many questions you want me to ask, but I'm not going to do that because I want you to go ham. Put that link in the description box, whether you're listening or watching, and then I want you to go bother Rakin and say, hey, I want to hear about this, and I want to know about this, and a lot of it he might already have to give you the game, to talk about if he's investing there. I'm not going to ask him that. I'm saying it so y'all can go to his channel and go binge watch his channel, and you can go ask him, so if the women there, will they, nope, I tell you, the women are wearing dresses and the men are wearing pants. And that's what you need. And, we're going to take this offline. But, brother, I want you to leave the people with something and tell them where they can contact you.
Well, I would say, folks, you do want to have an Africa escape plan. And what a better plan to have than to escape to the country where your people were caught and kidnapped and brought here to these hells of North America, as my man Khalid Muhammad would always say. So what better place to go? And then actually, this is pretty much the only country outside of Liberia, which we got to do further research on, that will allow you to have citizenship, has a path. The government has a path for citizenship for you. So what better Africa escape plan do you need? Then I would say, in order to, ask me questions, you can go to my website at Sierra Leone pilgrimage.com. Better yet, you can go to my YouTube channel. I probably got, 50, maybe 100 videos on there discussing these topics in length, okay? And that's Go Ham Lifestyle Blogs. Again, that's Go Ham Lifestyle Blogs, or you can email me. That would be a good way as well. That would be gohamtrucking@gmail. Again, that's gohamtrucking@gmail.
Hi guys, I'm Khaliq'S from the Diaspora channel, a lover of Africa. If you love Africa as well and you would love to visit one day or to relocate to Africa, there is a course out there for you. And this course is My First Trip to Africa, a course well put together by a seasoned traveler, Khaliq'S. Coleman. This course is designed to prepare you to travel better, which will save you both time and money. And the great news is this course costs only $20, guys. It can't get any better. Go right now and enroll to this course at www.diversifiedgame.com. Don't miss out.